This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Good evening. It is Friday, 24th January 2025. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we begin with news that 2 Saint Lucians lost at sea have been successfully rescued by the Colombian Navy on January 23, 2025. The rescue operation conducted in the northern region of the San Andres archipelago was prompted by fishermen from the vessel Cap Hyde, who reported the situation. Rear Admiral Alfonso Cordoba, commander of the San Andres and Providencia Specific Command, confirmed that the pair, a male and a female, whose identities are yet to be disclosed, were found in good health after spending a month adrift on a 22-foot vessel, approximately 32 nautical miles from Cayo Serranía. They were given assistance and medical attention and are currently on the RIC 20 de Julio ship in the northern part of the archipelago that will soon complete an operation and return to San Andres. The Navy commander has promised that once they touch land, they will work with the authorities so that the pair can receive the relevant support and return to their place of origin. Questions are swirling around an officer-involved shooting in Castries, where a man sustained a gunshot wound to his leg. In this report, a family member of the victim disputes early reports of the incident's location and alleges that excessive force was used by police.
On January 24, 2025, relatives of a male who was allegedly shot by police on Wednesday, January 22nd, stated that the shooting did not occur near Castries City Hall as previously reported, but at the CDC building near Block G. According to the relative, the victim was allegedly escorted to the building where video footage captured him. The victim was then transported to a medical facility where he was treated for his injuries and discharged. The relative claimed that following his release, the victim was arrested by police.
It didn't happen in front of right where I standing up there. That is where it happened. At the back of the CDC by G. G that there, of course. The CDC apartment is G where that happened. At the back in the yard there that happened. Exactly where we standing up there, that is where that happened. And he dragged the boy, take the boy pouch, take the boy money, take the boy ID card and the boy phone. When he finished, he dropped the boy in the hospital, which they discharged the boy. And the following day, he sent 2 other police to arrest the boy.
The relative further alleges that the victim and the one responsible for the shooting were engaged in an altercation. However, the specific details of their disagreement remains unclear.
I don't really know because I wasn't there. I will not tell you, the police are this and that and the other, and I don't know. You understand?
The relative indicated that the bullet was lodged in the victim's leg and he was due to have scans done to determine the true extent of his injuries.
Well, the bullet penetrated from on his side where he was standing up facing, so the bullet penetrated and it went to the other leg and the bullet stick there. The doctor gave him a paper which is a discharge paper and for him to go and take an x-ray, which today for him to come and take an x-ray, and they rearrest him back. Yesterday he was supposed to go and take the x-ray.
The relative claimed that the victim, now in police custody, has not received medication to alleviate his pain. She also criticized the alleged use of excessive force.
If he commits a crime, they're supposed to charge him when I look, you hear me? But if he is right of the unlawful shooting, the police could have done otherwise. Look for first call because the police not too far from the city council to look for other police to assist them if he do something wrong.
She added that the family was denied visitation and later informed that the victim had been transferred to the ancillary police station. According to her, unofficial reports indicate that the victim is being held on charges related to resisting arrest, theft, and other allegations.
I spoke to the ancillary police 10 o'clock last night. The ancillary police tell me he don't see they have no charge on him. They say they're charging him for resisting arrest, assault, and intent to thief. That is what the Surrey police tell me. And that was it.
The Hot 7 News team reached out to the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force for a statement on the incident, but no comment was provided. The matter is now under investigation. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
4 years after the gruesome discovery of Stephanie Thomas's decomposing body at Pigeon Point, her friend, Ella Prosper, took to the streets in her memory. Prosper called for an end to gender-based violence and vowed to be a voice for the voiceless.
In January 2021, the decomposing body of a female was discovered at Pigeon Point. 3 months later, in April, police confirmed through DNA testing that the body was that of 22-year-old Stephanie Thomas. This year, on January 24th, the 4th anniversary of her brutal killing, Thomas's friend Ella Prosper held a march in her honor. Escorted by police officers, Prosper carried a placard that read, quote, "Love us, please. Stop killing us. Stephanie Thomas is a memory, but I'm her voice. Stop the killing," end quote. Prosper expressed her commitment to standing against gender-based violence and pledged to continue celebrating Thomas on the anniversary of her death and her birthday.
Who was Stephanie Thomas to me? She was a sister, a friend, boy, a dancing partner, or all kind of partner to me. Now she's just a memory to me. So this is why I try to make this day and her birthday special. Her birthday will be March the 13th, and I will be lighting a candle or even buying a cake and walking for her.
A post-mortem conducted on Stephanie's body failed to determine a conclusive cause of death. However, during an interview with Hot 7 TV News a year after her passing, Thomas's mother alleged that her daughter had been severely beaten. She claimed that her waist was broken, there were signs that she may have been raped, and acid was thrown on her. Her body also appeared burnt, but the details remain unconfirmed. Prosper issued a message specifically to men who abuse women, claiming that one day they will be on the receiving end of this kind of abuse.
Well, you will meet your match. One of these days you'll meet your match. You cannot always be a victor. You can be a victim sometimes. But my message to you, your hand is to work, not to beat. Your hand is to work, not to discriminate. Your mouth is to speak loving words, not to disrespect. So that's it.
Prosper, who has also endured a history of abuse, revealed that while she marched for her friend Stephanie, she was also walking for herself. She wore black eye makeup as a symbolic reference to her own experience of violence. Prosper continues to appeal for change and urges all perpetrators of abuse to stop harming women. Unfortunately, during the march, Prosper faced hostility, including being attacked by a male individual. Police officers intervened to de-escalate the situation. Despite this, Prosper said the experience has strengthened her resolve to advocate for an end to gender-based violence. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
Still in the first segment of the broadcast, the POV. Today we asked you, what social factors do you believe have influenced the rising number of robberies? Here is your point of view.
I believe a lot of people go into robbery because, there's no employment. So lack of employment causes frustration, and frustration will lead to wanting of more things, I also believe that some people just don't want to work. And, because the law is so passive, people figure they could get away with it, so they do it, And again, I also believe that, our people have gotten so either afraid or not willing to stand for the right things that they would see it and don't say nothing, So I think all the other factors lead to that robbery kind of thing going on.
Yeah, I'll say systematic poverty is the main thing. But since you say increase, I can't answer to the increase because I don't see why people would want to do more wrong. You understand? Because people know there's no benefit to doing these kind of activities. You understand? You're only doing yourself harm. Yeah, so as to the increase, I can't say why the increase, but yeah, we really cannot continue on this path. You understand? We need to check ourselves, you know, put a bigger mirror in our house. You understand? And yeah, let we proceed from there.
First of all, robbery is depriving somebody of their personal item. It's first of all lack of respect for humanity to rob somebody of what's not yours, that is theirs. Why you to take people's bills and go and pay it, but you take what they work hard for? Secondly, a society, civil society is founded on two basic principles: authority and respect for authority. When the authority seems to be no longer, and the punitive measures, the punishment is lax, people will take complacent to take chances to do crime and to get away with it because they know it's a slap on the wrist. If we're serious about crime, legislation, the bureaucratic, the PSs that sit down in the ministries and ministers, change the laws and toughen up on the laws, right? And look here, there's no median barrier inside the free-lane highway. Nobody crosses the highway because they know the punishment, they know the repercussions. There are not enough repercussions, and robberies is lack of personal respect for self and for others. Do unto others what you want them to do unto you. Somebody take a chain, why take somebody else's chain? Give thanks.
Lack of parenting and lack of jobs.
Laziness
is what contributes to a lot of people, young people stealing, because when you're young is when you have all your strength. That's when you're supposed to work for later on.
Well, basically, I believe it's a lot of laziness on the part of the youth. A lot of the youth, they're very lazy. They would complain there is no work, there is no work. They would find the work, they would stay 2-3 days, they just join, the job. 2-3 days, they want their salary already. How can you get your salary after 3 days of work? You just employed. They don't want to wait at the end of the month, they don't want to wait for the fortnight, nothing. So I believe a lot of the kids, they're just lazy, man. They want the easy way out. They believe stopping you when you come from work, robbing you, taking your stuff, you'll get fast money and stuff, but yeah, that's what that causes, that laziness. A lot of them lazy. It's difficult for some of them to get work because some of them have criminal records or whatnot, different circumstances. But most of the time it's laziness. They always want the short way out. Yeah, that's what causes this.
First of all, social issues. I don't believe you can answer that in one sentence or even in one day, because usually I would start at the top. We're all looking for leadership, and we are not seeing leadership. We're seeing is we have to choose always between the best of the worst. We see accusations against one minister, but we know that other minister did pretty worse with Taiwan money and all these things. So, first of all, is example. We need good examples, good role models for the youth to look up to. But if they have to look up to the barons to feed them and so forth, what do you expect? I think we have to start at the top. We want people of good caliber, good character, leading us. You understand? That is the biggest social issue.
What I think that contributes to that, I give you 3 points. Now, number 1 is laziness. They don't want to work. Number 2, lack of self-control. And number 3 is a low self-esteem, because if you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe who you are, you will fall in the line of crime, because crime itself is a problem, because somebody with a high self-esteem will never think of going and rob people, or will never think of stealing. That person will have a positive mindset to life. They don't want to work. And the Bible speaks about work, The Bible says, by the sweat of thy brow, and God is not a liar, by the sweat of thy brow man shall eat bread. And if you do not work, as the Bible says, you have no right to eat. Now a lazy person have no right to eat also, because they don't want to work. They want to rob. Now, as I said, to get rid of that is to train. Especially training is important. Have facilities in place to train these people. Their mindset is very weak.
First to begin, there are a lot of work in the country now. Them little boys just playing the fool, and when they are tourist boat in the harbor, their job is to attack the tourists and take their money. Remember, our economy is very fragile. That is what we have been surviving on for the past few years. Banana dead already. Tourism is the only sustaining thing we have nowadays. So we have to put them little boys in check, put them where they belong to avoid that from happening. Okay?
Want to share your point of view with us on trending topics in the news? Look out for our reporters or head over to our Facebook and Instagram pages at Caribbean Hot 7 TV. We would love to hear from you. Coming up next, police crack down on illegal guns in Mark, and the ashes of Lady Gladys Lewis has been laid to rest at her husband's, Sir Arthur Lewis's grave site. The details to these stories and much more when we come back.